So for this lick, there's tons going on. We're working our way all the way from this position up on what is essentially our third position major pentatonic. Working our way all the way up from here, and we're working our way down the neck back to that open A position, and we're using multiple pentatonics, minor and major combined. We're using slides, chromaticism, loads of great techniques that you can use, you can steal, you can transpose into other keys and then incorporate into your own playing. So we're starting off with this great lick in the third position of the major pentatonic, and you'll be so used to hearing people play that second to major third bend and then grabbing the 5 over the top. But in this case, just to make it a little bit more interesting, we're grabbing the 6 and then jumping down to the 5. Then the next few notes, we're shaping a sort of Dorian Mixolydian sound because we've got an F sharp and a G natural in there. Landing on this A here, notice how I slid from the 7 to the 5 to get myself comfortably into that root position minor pentatonic scale. From there, we're going to play an awesome blues run in the A minor pentatonic position. We are throwing in a C sharp in there to shape that major tonality. And then from here, we're doing an awesome little chromatic run using double stop. So we're essentially shaping an A chord, dropping it down a semitone, and another one. So we're down to the G, and then from there, we're hopping straight into our open A position again. Doing a similar run to the previous lick, using that minor to major third, straight into an A blues run, and then landing on a 6th apart. So that chromatic movement, great way of getting around the neck. You can kind of use that in any key, anywhere. Like if I was to put that in E, you know, great example of chromaticism and how you can throw that into your own playing, and not just single note chromaticism, 3rd apart double stop. A little bit of chicken picking thrown in there as well. Really exciting way of spicing up your solos. Again with this one, make sure you're slowing it down, checking how I'm playing those bends and what fingers I'm using for it, because especially when we're doing the chromatic stuff, it can get a little bit fiddly and a little bit tricky with what fingers you're using. So you're going to want to make sure that you're practicing that and playing it the same way every time to build consistency. Awesome, so this lick in E has tons going on. I'm a huge fan of playing in the open E position. So in all my solos and all my playing, whenever we get to an E chord, you're gonna hear that sort of Stevie Ray influence. Because I'm just a huge fan of that sound and the sort of tone you can get out of the strings down in this position. So we're starting off in our 2nd position E minor, sliding up 3 to 4, grabbing that E major third, so the G sharp, G to G sharp, to the A, back to the G to G sharp again. Great little movement that you can steal and incorporate into other parts of your playing. Sliding down from the D to C sharp, creating that Mixolydian Dorian sort of sound, because we've got a 6 and a flat 7 in there. Now back into our classic sort of blues run a la Stevie Ray-Vaughan. And then into some awesome sort of Brent Mason-esque style chromatic work. Into an E blues run in our open position. And here's where it gets a bit more interesting. We're going to hop up to that 3rd position E minor in the time that you're taking to play that open A string. Sliding up from 3rd to 4th position here. And then running down the blues scale in that 4th position E minor. So as always, practice this really slowly and then speed it up gradually. Remember, there is a speed that exists where you can play this perfectly. So take it at that speed, play along with the track and the sound slice player at a much slower speed, then speed it up gradually once you've got it perfect. Go 5% at a time, even less if you need to, and then once you're comfortable, go full throttle all out with the backing track. And then obviously the next step from that is putting it into your own playing and just playing it naturally like it's something that you've been playing all your life. Another D-lick with a load of shredding straight eights in there that you're really going to enjoy. Multiple positions, really fast, really fun one to play. Great one for getting up and down the neck. So we're starting in this third position D minor pentatonic shape. Shifting up from third position to fourth position through that slide 5 to 7. Grabbing that double stop where we've got the A on top and the F to slight bend up to F sharp. And from there we're back in our standard fifth position D minor. Sliding into our fifth position D major. And from there into our root major position, so fifth position into root major. And whilst those notes are essentially the D major pentatonic, we're then going to come down from that D on top and play a D minor run. Sliding back into our fifth position D minor. And then ending on a sixth apart in the fifth position D major. So again, a great way of working minor into major. And really importantly, don't forget we've got that flat 5 blue note in there near the end as well. Because that blue note adds such an enormous amount of flavour to your playing. I cannot express enough how important it is to start using that flat 5. If you don't use that flat 5, if you don't use your sort of 6 and flat 7s and all these sort of interesting juicy notes and your minor to major thirds, you're at a very dangerous risk of just sounding like a pentatonic blues shredder. And whilst that's awesome, in country we need to have that minor to major movement, that flat 5 movement. There's so much going on in country. It's why we all love it so much. And these are the secrets, these are the kind of secret ingredients that are going to help take your playing to the next level.